strong, Lord of hosts is his name. All hail the King, all hail the King. Our Redeemer is strong, Lord of hosts is his name. All hail the King, all hail the King. Our Redeemer is strong, Lord of hosts is his name. All hail the King, all hail the King.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is El Dayo for One Nation, One Power. Coming back to you, brothers and sisters, one more time, so we can get some understanding of these omens that our brother Big Judah was bringing out. And I'm also going to show the two different prophecies concerning the house of Israel. It's a wonderful thing that the Most High used my brother to bring out that information out of the so-called Book of Mormon concerning the biblical Jews, or the Yehudim. Now, I'm going to start in this wonderful book, and I'm going to start at 1 Nephi, and I'm going to begin at verse number 11. Why? Because I want to show the prophecy of Columbus coming to America, because it was given to the Gentiles. The wrath of the Most High was upon our people. And then we're going to go into the Josephus, and then we're going to look at the omens that were given to Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. We have been teaching history of the 12 tribes of Israel as if they still together, as if they all still in one place, which goes against Ezekiel 37, which goes against Hebrews 8 through 13. We're not together on the same continent. We were divided, we scattered from each other, because we hated each other at one time. So people don't understand. That hate is still existing today. Now, brothers and sisters, we're going to go into the King James Version Bible. So get your King James Version Bible out, because we're going to look at these omens. But before I go into the book of Josephus, we got to understand the prophecy concerning Columbus and him coming to America. So if you got one, go to 1 Nephi chapter 13 and verse number 11. And we're going to break down the prophecy of Columbus coming to America in 1492. And it came to pass that the angel said unto me, Behold, the wrath of God is upon the seed of thy brethren. And I looked, and behold, a man among the Gentiles, who was separated from the seed of my brethren by many waters. And I beheld the Spirit of God, that it came down and wrought upon the man. And he went forth upon many waters, even unto the seed of my brethren, who were in the promised land. This is the book of Nephi, chapter 13 and verse 12. If you go and watch the movie Christopher Columbus in 1492, it shows a clip in there where he looked and read the Apocrypha, and he said that he identified with that man of the sea. He said that was him. That's how powerful the Spirit of the Most High God is. He read the book of the Jews, and he said that was me. It identified him. Verse 13, and it came to pass that I beheld the Spirit of God, that it wrought upon the other Gentiles, and they went forth out of captivity upon the many waters. Yeah, because we had them in captivity at one time. Verse 14, and it came to pass that I beheld many multitudes of the Gentiles upon the land of promise, and I beheld the wrath of God, that it was upon the seed of my brethren, and they were scattered before the Gentiles, and were smitten. Verse 15, and I beheld the Spirit of the Lord, that it was upon the Gentiles, and they did prosper, and obtained the land for their inheritance. And I beheld that they were white, and exceedingly fair and beautiful. Now here's the part where they try to twist it. Like unto my people before they were slain. That's what, see, we dealing with some crafty adversaries. Like unto my people before they were slain. Come on up out of here. We ain't crazy. We got you. We got you now. We got the Holy Spirit. We got you. Got you. Cold, dead, busted. So, this is a prophecy of Columbus coming to America in 1492. And when he came here, there were no Europeans here fighting Europeans. I'm going to say that again real slow. When the Europeans, Columbus and his band, came to America, he was not fighting other Europeans. Don't make sense. Come on out of here. So now, we got that out the way. That's a prophecy, and it happened. You can go get the book American Holocaust, and it will explain more. So now, we're going to look at some of the omens that was given to Judah, Benjamin, and Levi before their downfall. We're going to go into War of the Jews, we'll start at chapter 5. And we're going to have to read a little bit so that we can get an understanding of our God, because the abilities and the knowledge of our God is being restored to us, but we got to read the records to find out his characteristics. You see, we say we know God, but we don't know his characteristics. So now he's trying to bring back his characteristics to us. Oh, and by the way, Big Judah, I was in prayer this morning, and the Holy Spirit told me that it was you that he chose to unseal this book. This book, these writings from our ancestors, was also sealed just like the Bible. You were the vessel that he used to unseal them. Now we're going to discover more, even more out of this wonderful book as I begin to research it. And I encourage you guys to research it because it's our history. Come on out of here. So now we want to go to the book of Josephus, War of the Jews, chapter 5, and we'll start at 3. 288. We'll start at 3. This is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi's history of before they were going to be taken down in 66 AD to 70 AD. Thus were the miserable people persuaded by these deceivers. There were a lot of false prophets that was telling Judah, Benjamin, and Levi not to flee, but to stay. If they would have followed the prophecies of Leviticus chapter 26, that land was going to be made desolate, then they would have just fled. But then you got people that come along, just like today, and say, God didn't say that. He didn't mean that. Thus were the miserable people persuaded by these deceivers, and such as believed God himself, while they did not attend nor give credit to the signs that were so evident and did so plainly foretell their future desolation. Did you hear that? They weren't paying attention to the signs of their future desolation. Now we're going to read about some of the signs. Are we making the same mistake today? People are seeing clouds in the shape of tsunamis, and they should seeing clouds that look like nuclear bombs going off. And we just looking at them, and we looking at them as if it's fun. Oh, look at that cloud. Look at that. It looked like a face. Oh, look at that cloud. Somebody walking up there in the cloud. Oh, look at that. Oh, we doing this. We making the same grave mistake right now. And I'm here to bring attention to it. They nor give credit to the signs that were so evident and did so plainly foretell their future desolation. But like men, infatuated, without either eyes to see or minds to consider. They didn't have eyes to see or minds to consider. They wasn't considering, why is that cloud in that shape? They weren't considering, why that cloud look like a tsunami? They were not considering, why that cloud is in the shape of a nuclear bomb going off. Clouds don't look like that by themselves. They were not considering did not regard the denunciations that God made to them. Thus there was a star resembling a sword, which stood over the city, and a comet that continued a whole year. This one is scary because a comet just passed the earth the other day. Thus also, before the Jews' rebellion and before those commotions which preceded the war, they had signs before the war. When the people were coming great crowds to the feast of unleavened bread on the 8th day of the month Nisan, and at the 9th hour of the night, so great a light shone round the altar and the holy house that it appeared to be bright daytime, which light lasted for half an hour. This light seemed to be a good sign to the unskillful. We better get up on our game. But was so interpreted by the sacred scribes as to portend those events that would follow immediately upon it. At the same festival also, a heifer, as she was led by the high priest to be sacrificed, brought forth a lamb in the midst of the temple. What? Brought forth a lamb in the midst of a temple. What? Brought forth a lamb in the midst of the temple. These are one of the dangers for only reading the Bible. This heifer brought forth the lamb in the midst of the temple. Who is this lamb representing? That's right, the Son of Man. That's why you got to read outside the Bible, brothers and sisters. Come on out of here. A heifer, as she was led by the high priest to be sacrificed, brought forth a lamb in the midst of the temple. Moreover, the eastern gate of the inner court of the temple, which was of brass and vastly heavy, and had been with difficulty shut by 20 men. It took 20 men to shut this door, and rested upon a basis armed with iron, and had bolts fastened very deep into the firm floor, which was there made of one entire stone, was seen to be opened of its own accord about the 6th hour of the night. This heavy door that took how many men? How many men? 20 men to open by itself. Open on its own accord about the 6th hour of the night. Now, those that kept watch in the temple came hereupon running to the captain of the temple and told him of it, who then came up thither, and not without great difficulty was able to shut the gate again. This also appeared to be the vulgar, to be a very happy prodigy. Now it took 20 men to close this door. The Most High opened it, left it open. The priest came, and he pushed it back closed all by itself. And then he thought that was a good sign. That was a get the hell out sign. That's what that was. As if God did thereby open them the gates of happiness. They misinterpreted the signs, brothers and sisters, and it cost them their lives. But the men of learning understood it, that the security of their holy house was dissolved of its own accord, and that the gate was open for the advantage of their enemies. See how you had two different scribes breaking down this, what was happening? The other ones knew. They said, oh, we're in trouble. That gate open, we in trouble. The other ones were saying, nah, this is a good sign. Nah, Jesus coming. See that cloud? Yeah, the rapture coming. And the other one was saying, nah, trouble coming. Same scenario today. So these publicly declared that this signal foreshadowed the desolation that was coming upon them. Beside these, a few days after that feast, on the 21st day of the month, Jar, a certain prodigious and incredible phenomenon appeared. I suppose the account of it would seem to be a fable, were it not related by those that saw it, and were not the events that followed it are so considerable a nature as to deserve such signals. For before sunsetting, chariots and troops of soldiers in their armor were seen running about among the clouds. What? What? I seen somebody on the internet just this morning with somebody up there in the cloud running in the cloud. What? Gotta read that again. And to deserve such signal. This was a signal. For before sunsetting, chariots and troops of soldiers in their armor were seen running about among the clouds and surrounding of cities. Moreover, at that feast, which we call Pentecost, as the priests were going by night into the inner court of the temple, as their custom was to perform their sacred ministrations, they said that in the first place, they felt a quaking. They felt a what? A quaking. They felt a what? A quaking. And heard a great noise. And after that, they heard a sound as of a great multitude saying, let us remove hence. But what is still more terrible, there was one Jesus, the son of Ananias, a plebeian and a husbandman, who 4 years before the war began, and at a time when the city was in very great peace and prosperity, and at a time when the city was in very great peace and prosperity, and at a time when everybody was kicking back, relaxing, sipping on some wine, chilling, got money in the bank, got money in the pockets, shelves in the houses full, top ramen everywhere, pinto beans everywhere, steaks everywhere, chicken everywhere, while they was chilling and kicking it in the midst of enjoying their lavish lifestyle. What? And in a very great peace and prosperity, came to that feast whereon it is our custom for everyone to make tabernacles to God in the temple, began a sudden to cry aloud. A voice from the east, a voice from the west, a voice from the four winds, a voice against Jerusalem and the holy house, a voice against the bridegrooms and the brides, and a voice against the whole people. This was his cry as he went about by day, by night, in all the lanes of the city. The Most High put a spirit on this man, and he was walking through the city day and night, saying, destruction is coming. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious, Mama would say. However, certain of the most eminent among the populace had great indignation at this dire cry of his. Everybody that was living good had a problem with it. Sound familiar? And took up the man and gave him a great number of severe stripes. They beat him, not realizing this man was speaking for the Most High God. Yet did not he either say anything for himself or anything peculiar to those that chastised him. Most High kept his mouth shut. But still he went on with the same words which he cried before. Hereupon our rulers supposing, as the case proved to be, that this was a sort of a divine fury in the man. A divine fury in the man. Ooh. Brought him to the Roman procurator, where he was whipped till his bones were laid bare. Yet he did not make any supplication for himself, nor shed any tears, but turning his voice to the most lamentable tone possible, At a very stroke of the whip, he answered. His answer was, woe, woe to Jerusalem. And when Albinus, for he was then our procurator, asked him who he was and whence he came and why he uttered such words, he made no manner of reply to what he said, but still did not leave off his melancholy. Did it? He kept repeating it till Albinus took him to be a madman and dismissed him. They took him to be a what? A madman. Oh, he crazy. He done lost his mind. He don't know what he talking about. Sound like me. Sound like you too, Big Judah. He crazy. He done lost his mind reading all them books. He done lost his mind. They charlatans. Are we the people of the book? We doing the same thing. To our own destruction. And dismissed him. Now during all the time that passed before the war began, this man did not go near any of the citizens, nor was seen by them while he said so. But he every day uttered these lamentable words, as if it were his premeditated vow. Woe, woe to Jerusalem. Woe, woe to Jerusalem. Woe, woe to Jerusalem. Woe, woe to Jerusalem. Going all through the town. Everybody think he crazy. Didn't go near none of his brethren. He just walking through the city. Woe, woe to Jerusalem. Woe, woe to Jerusalem. I don't know about you, but I would have looked at my wife and we'd have packed our bags. Because ain't no way in heck I would have thought that man had lost his mind after every day and every night. That's all he doing. I would have been like, oh, we got to get the hell up out of here. Get your stuff. That's what we're going to do here. We see somebody going down the street. You guys, we all family now. You better contact us. We see some brother or some sister, come on out of here. They take her to jail, throw her in the crazy house, release her. She come back out. All you hearing is the same thing they were saying when they went in. Woe, woe to Jerusalem. Woe, woe. And you kicking back, huh? You going to have a nice glass of wine after that? My stomach, my mind would have been messed up, baby. Nor did he give ill words to any of those that beat him every day. People was hitting him. Shut up! Shut up! You don't know what you're talking about. That's not of God. Shut up! Hitting him, kicking him, throwing rocks at him. Get out of here! I'm trying to sell my millions, and you over here chasing off the customer. Can't you see him? I can. I can see him. Nor good words to those that gave him food. Oh, we got to go back up. Nor did he give ill words to any of those that beat him every day. Nor good words to those that gave him food. But this was his reply to all men. And indeed, no other than a melancholy presage of what was to come. This cry of his was the loudest at the festivals. At the what? At the festivals. At the festivals, he cried even louder. Oh, somebody gonna show up here real soon at the Hebrew award shows. And they're gonna be out there hollering, whoa, whoa, and these Negroes, they're gonna do the same thing to him that they did to this man. Get out of here, false prophet. You don't know what you're talking about. We got Hebrew 1 John 2:9 coming up next to sing. Get out of here. He was loudest at the festivals. And he continued this ditty for 7 years and 5 months. Oh my goodness, mama would say. 7 years and 5 months. months, the Most High put this man on a mission. Woe, woe to Jerusalem. Put him on a mission for 7 years and 5 months without growing hairs or being tired therewith. The man didn't grow no hair and he wasn't tired until the very time that he saw this presage in earnest fulfilled in our siege when it ceased. For as he was going round and about the wall, he cried out with his utmost force, woe, woe to the city again, and to the people, and to the holy house. And just as he added at the last, woe, woe, to myself also, there came a stone out of one of the engines, and smote him, and killed him immediately. And as he was uttering the very same presage, he gave up the ghost. Verse 4, chapter 4. Now if anyone consider these things, he will find that God takes care of mankind, and by all ways possible foreshadows to our race what is for their preservation. He foreshadows, brothers and sisters. These are the omens that Big Judah was bringing up. The Most High foreshadows to the Hebrew Israelite nation what's going to happen before it happened. This man was doing this for 7 years and 5 months before it happened. But that men perish by those miseries which they madly and voluntarily bring upon themselves. For the Jews, by demolishing the Tower of Anathoth, had made their temple 4 square, while at the same time they had it written in their sacred oracles that then should their city be taken, as well as their holy house, when once their temple should become 4 square. Now they knew they weren't supposed to make their temple 4 square, but they knew that it was a prophecy, that the moment they made it 4 square, that it would be destroyed. Brothers and sisters, let us not follow in the footsteps of our ancestors. We got to take heed to the omens that we're seeing in the sky today. Come on out of here. Now, if you go to 1 Kings, let's go there. Go to 1 Kings. Go to 1 Kings chapter 18. And we want verse 41. 1 Kings 18:41. And Elijah said unto Ahab, get thee up, eat and drink, for there is a sound of abundance of rain. So Ahab went up to eat and to drink, and Elijah went up to the top of Carmel, and he cast himself down upon the earth, and put his face between his knees, and said to his servant, go up now, look toward the sea. And he went up and looked and said, there is nothing. And he said, go again 7 times. And it came to pass at the 7th time that he said, behold, there arises a little cloud out of the sea like a man's hand. Stop. I'm showing you more omens. Elijah prayed, and a cloud came out of the ocean in the shape of a man's hand. Flip over to 2 Kings chapter 20. And the Bible tells us Elijah was a man of like passions, just like us. And he prayed earnestly that it might not rain on the earth, and it did. And he prayed earnestly that it did, and it did. The Most High is showing us we got the power through faith of the winds and the waves, baby. Some men and women on this earth understand what I just said. And majority of them, they don't have a clue. 1 Kings chapter 20 and verse number 8. And all the elders and all the people said unto him, hearken not unto him, nor consent. Is that what we want? We want 2 Kings. I'm in 1 Kings. 2 Kings chapter 20. Forgive me. I'm good at that. 2 Kings chapter 20. 2 Kings chapter 20 and verse 18. And of thy sons 2 Kings. We want 2 Kings. God, I need my glasses. 2 Kings 6. 2 Kings 6 and 15. Another sign. And when the servant of the man of God was risen early and gone forth, behold, a host compassed the city both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, Alas, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. For they that be with us are more than they that be with them. For they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And Elijah prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw. And behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round and about Elijah. Stop. These horses and chariots are not what they want. They want you to think that these are those horses and chariots from ancient Egypt. This ain't, brothers and sisters. These are the Most High supernatural chariots. These are some of the chariots that Ezekiel seen over there in the book of Ezekiel. What you see, Ezekiel, I see a wheel in the middle of a wheel. What you see, Ezekiel, I see a flying robe. Those that be with us are more than those that be with them. Elijah was a man of like passions as we are. Yet he prayed earnestly that it might not rain upon the earth, and it didn't. And then he prayed again earnestly that it might rain, and it did. Elijah also prayed that the scales of his servant's eyes will fall off, and the Most High opened it. And he seen the chariots of the Most High, spoken of in Isaiah 66 and 15. He seen the armies of the Most High God. There be more that be with us than be with them. Keep your eyes on the signs of the times. Now you understand what Yeshua was talking about. These dirty dogs took this information out. So all you will be looking for is an earthquake. When now they got earthquake machines causing earthquakes. See how they have altered prophecy? See how they still playing with prophecy? They playing God, my brother and my sister, but they can't do the things in the clouds that the Most High can do. Do you hear me talking? We coming back to our roots and our traditions. And these devils, they might as well get out the way, because the Holy Spirit is breaking it down, baby, and revealing it and bringing it all back to us. This Elder Aiel, the Most High's apostle, from One Nation, One Power. Shalom.
It's like fog coming down over.
It's just sucking it right down, isn't it? Wow, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's freaky.
Have you ever looked at a cloud that resembled something? Well, today we're doing the top 5 clouds that look like things.
Yeah, it's just moving so fast. It's bizarre.
I swear to God, that cloud looks like an angry guy's face. Those eyeballs right here. Right there, where I'm looking, and then his mouth down there. Oops. Down there where his mouth goes. There. And his hair, like that afro. His ears. On the side, it's an angry. Man, it looks like that dude that sang for the MC5. Holy shit. I'm looking, and then his mouth down there. Oops. Down there where his mouth goes. There. And his hair, like that afro. His ears. On the side, it's an angry. Man, it looks like that dude that sang for the MC5.
Hey, tu devrais avoir tourbillonné de... Face. Face. Holy freak.
And here's a few more that didn't make the list.
It's like fog coming down over.
It's just sucking right down, isn't it? Wow, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
What the hell? Doesn't that look like a face? Look at this one over here. Looks like an angel. There's just so much like crazy clouds right now. Look at that one. Spaceship. Look at this one. That looks like that's the dog that was up there. Just craziness. That looks like a damn face. Tell me, how is that not a face? Just a face in the clouds. What the hell? That looks like Alfred Hitchcock.
Subscribe for more top 5 videos, and check out my previous upload on the top 5 vertical plane takeoffs.
I've never seen anything quite like this before in my life. The sunset off towering cumulus cloud and those colors. Mother Nature outdoing herself today.